New heights in ministry is scalable. New heights in ministry is a possibility. From where we read in the book of Mark chapter 2 verse 21 and 22, the Bible says that you do not put new wine in old bottles. The Bible clearly said that when you put new wine in old bottles, what happens? It will burst. It will burst. And then what will happen to the wine? The wine will waste away. I want to tell you that you cannot afford to move forward in ministry with the same mindset that you used before now. Let me put it in the right perspective. You cannot scale new heights with the same old revelation that you have, with the same old understanding that you have, with the same old mindset that you have. If you want to scale new heights in ministry, you need a restructuring of your mentality. You need a restructuring of your attitude. You need a restructuring of the way you think, because the old mindset cannot bring you to new heights in ministry. Let me say this again. The old mindset cannot bring you to new heights in life and in ministry. Listen to me. It's important that you know that the same old mindset that got you where you are is not the same mindset that you need to do what? Get to the new place that you have to get to. So is somebody hearing me this morning? So the old mindset will limit you. The old thinking pattern will keep you bound. But if you want to scale new heights, you need a new kind of thinking. You need a new kind of attitude. You need a new kind of mindset. Is somebody hearing me this morning? So it's important that you understand, especially if you are here and you are a minister, I'd like you to understand that God has called you first and foremost to a congregation. Somebody say a congregation. God has called you to a congregation. Usually, a congregation is a place for takeoff. A congregation is a place for nurturing. A congregation is a place where you build up to shoot out. A place where you do what? Build up to shoot out. And that is why many who have been called in ministry have just settled with their congregation and they have refused to shoot out. If you see the mandate that Jesus gave his disciples when he was leaving the earth, he was clear about it. He said, "Go ye and make disciples of me, and then to the ends of the earth." You have a starting place, but your starting place is not your ending place. You were called to start what? Local. But you were not called to end local. Should I say somebody can hear it? You were called to start what? Local, but you were not called to end local. So you start local and you go global. God's intention for you is to do what? To start local and then do what? Go global. So meanwhile, while this congregation is your starting point, where the congregation is a place where you nurture yourself, where you build yourself up before you take off, it is important that you don't stop there. You were not born a Nigerian by mistake. You were not born an American by mistake. You were not born a British person by mistake. When you were born, God knows that your nation needs the grace that he has deposited inside of you. You may have started from a congregation, but then your nation needs you. Your nation needs the grace of God upon your life. Your nation needs what you carry. I'd like you to just wash and destroy that small mindset, that small mentality that has tried to keep you local in a place. You were called to start local, but you were not called to end local. Somebody say, "I'm going global." So it's not just about your congregation or your nation. You were also called, number 3, for your generation. Your generation should feel your impact. Your generation should know that somebody like you came into being in a moment like this. I like you, whether you are a business person, whether you are a teacher, no matter what it is that God has called you to do, even as a minister of the gospel, see yourself starting local, but don't see yourself ending local.